Dear students, today we shall discuss the belt drives. We have successfully completed springs. So the next unit in first module, the next unit is belt drives. The belt drive is a flexible element which is used to transmit power from one rotating shaft to another rotating shaft. So as you can see, the belts are usually used in flour mills for grinding of rice or wheat, etc. I hope you might have seen that. So what are the reasons for selecting belt drives? So the different reasons are, the first one is space available. So if the space is more, and if the machines are at a longer distance, that is the driver shaft and driven shaft, if they are at a longer distance, then there is the need to select belt drive. We cannot select any other uh, drives, so we need to select belt drives in that applications. So service condition, power to be transmitted, what is the how much power has to be transmitted, more power or less power. So what is the service condition, what is the life of the machine, what is the life of belt material, how much life it should sustain, and what is the speed of driving and driven shaft, speed ratio. So these all matters will come in account when we are going to select the belt drives. So by considering these points, we need to select belt drives. Center distance between shaft. So as I said, if the two rotating shaft, if they are far away, then we have to go for belt drive. So speed ratio also, one will be rotating with very high speed, and one pulley will be rotating at low speed. So in these conditions also, we need to decide whether we have to go for belt drives or any other drive. So so that is why the various conditions comes into picture when belt drives has to be selected. So next we shall see the different materials to be used for belts. So the materials used for belt and rope must be strong, flexible and durable. So it must have high coefficient of friction. The different materials of belts used are, first one is leather belt. So leather belt is the most commonly used belt, and in leather belt there are two different types of materials. One is oak tanned and another one is chrome tanned. So next one is cotton or fabric belts. So cotton is a belt which is made up of pure cotton, and fabric is made up of different fibers and different polymers. Next type is rubber belt. So if the belt is made from rubber, then it is rubber belt. And next type of belt is balata belt, and the last one is camel's hair belts. So there are different materials used for belts, and we need to also we need to judge the type of material which we are going to use. So before proceeding further, we shall see here there will be two drivers. One is driver and another one is driven. So the driver is the one which is generating power, and driven is the one which is receiving power. So the power is transmitted here by the use of belt drives. So belt drive transmits power from driver shaft or driver pulley to driven shaft or driven pulley. Here we can say the shaft or pulley, both are same here. So next concept is slip in belt drives. So there is a concept of slip and creep. So that is very important from both examination point of view and subject knowledge point of view. We shall see what is slip. When a belt is transmitting power, the actual velocity of the belt is slightly less than the surface speed of driving pulley and slightly greater than that of driven pulley. So when the belt is transmitting power, the speed of the surface speed of belt, it will be slightly less than the speed of driving pulley, and it will be slightly more than driven pulley. So in this condition, there exists some relative motion between driver pulley and the belt. So this is due to insufficient frictional grip between the belt and the rim. So if there is insufficient frictional gap, then the relative motion takes place between the driver pulley and the belt. So this relative motion is termed as slip. So the difference in linear speeds of pulley and belt on it is measured in terms of slip and is generally expressed in as percentage. So we shall see this while solving problems. Next concept is creep. So creep occurs um, when there is a difference in tensions on two sides of the belt. So as you can see in the figure, there is a driver and driven, and there are two sides. One is tight side and another one is slack side. So when the both the drivers or wheels are rotating in clockwise direction, the bottom position belt is subjected to tension, that is it will be under tight side, and the top side of the belt it will be under slack side, or it will be under released position, the tension will be released. So when the belt is rotating and the belt which is present at the tight side, it will rotate and it will come on the top side or the slack side. So when what happens, so initially when the belt was at tight side it was stretched. When it has came to slack side, it is unstretched or released. So again when it is rotating and when it comes back to bottom or under tight side, it will be again stretched. So like this the belt will be subjected to frequent stretching and unstretching during the operation of belts or during the operation of driver and driven pulleys. So when the belts are frequently stretched and unstretched, so the length of the belt it will increase, and this phenomenon is known as creep. Since the belt is made up of elastic material, the stretch in belt due to different tensions on pulley on two sides of pulley will be different. The part of the belt leaving the follower and approaching the driver is tight side and is stretched more, and part of belt leaving the driver and approaching the follower or the slack side. This uneven extension and contraction of the belt due to varying tension results in relative motion of the belt on the pulley, and it is known as creep in the belts. Thank you guys. In next class we shall start discussing the problems.